Wayne, after last night, we talked a little, and how do you feel right now?
Pissed off.
Again, eh?
Yeah, I lost.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, I don't like losing. I don't like losing, I'm fucked off. You get me in 10 minutes, I'll be alright. They shouldn't interview you now.
So I better go to Co now, or first I ask Co some questions.
It's fucking too late now. What's that? Are you interviewing me or not? Seriously?
I will do that.
Right, there we go. Come on.
Is there an explanation for this? Is there an explanation for this? Or we know you as a very good dart player.
No, I'm playing shit.
But is there explanation for that? Or
no, of course there's not. Of course there's not.
How do you prepare for the last match then?
These are the questions that you should be asking when we're live.
Oh, we're live now.
We're not live now.
Yeah, we're live. There you are on television. I'm serious. Yeah.
Why wasn't I told?
Sorry?
I should have been told.
Oh, I thought you know.
Well, do I prepare? I'll prepare the same. If I win, I win. But I cannot keep playing like this. This is no good.
I dug in deep there and look at these fellas. Look. It's a magnificent feeling, you know. Could have easily lost that. And like I say, I dug in. Done it for my son, done it for my country. So I
think it was the first set you won, the second set. There was a lot of aggression at the end of that. You appeared to get quite close to him. What happened there?
I kept giving it to him. I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to, really hurt him in his face. And it wasn't a great game, but I wanted to hurt him and I wanted to progress, And that's my son, and also for a bit of the UK. So.
Well, you're through. Last 32. You keep on going. Well played.
Miracle, but yeah, thank you.
Well played, James.
The shark is struggling in shallow waters.
It's a great comeback by Velga, but it's been a disappearing act from Colin Lloyd, hasn't it? Well, I tell you what. Well, Lloyd is in danger of absolutely imploding up there. Well, you cannot do that, John.
No.
No matter how frustrated you are, you cannot do that. And he must know that. But that just shows, well, I don't think I've ever seen that before on a big stage.
I've never seen that before. The board actually physically attacked by the player. And that will come back to haunt him in more ways than one. It's not for me now to elaborate on that, but Colin Lloyd has to refocus on his attentions here and get on with the game.
121.
I just wonder how it'll affect him though, John. You might remember, as I do, a Premier League match a few years back when Lloyd was in the Premier League and someone was hurling abuse at him from the balcony and Lloyd just went absolutely berserk in terms of his...
Well, Colin Lloyd smashing his way to victory. 116 out, some big finishes, some big frustration, a big celebration from the...
Simon Whitlock, percentage van 21 bijna. Maar als hij deze gooit, maakt het allemaal niks uit. Maar hij gooit hem weer niet.
En dan kan Wade deze dus gewoon nog winnen.
Gaat het dan weer gebeuren? Gaat het dan weer gebeuren?
Publiek roert zich weer heel erg. Wade concentreert zich, gooit de enkele boel, die zit daar goed voor. 16 en bullseye. Bullseye voor Wade en die kan er zomaar ingaan. En die gaat erin. Het is niet te geloven. Hij haalt toch weer zijn gram. Met de laatste pijl trekt hij de partij naar zich toe. Geen moment de voorsprong gehad. Whitlock baalt als een stekker. Ja, dan ook dit nog. Onwaarschijnlijk wat Wade dan nog presteert om Whitlock op die manier uit te buiten. Was helemaal niet nodig. Hij doet het toch. Zijn revanche heeft hij genomen, vindt hij. Nou goed, hij staat in de halve finale. Hij gooit nog wat water over zichzelf heen. Het is circus. Hij wint met 8-7 deze kwartfinale.
Almost perfect. Colin makes that mistake at that time. 8 scored. But he's not made to pay. Speaking of mistakes, Maybe Nathan Aspinall should have moved back to his starting position on the hockey there. Double top. And Joe Cullen gets the job done in the end. You can see the anger of Aspinall. Both players missed opportunities, but Cullen in the end gets over the line.
36. Well, that's unlucky. I don't know if you remember the effort he put in early in the piece. It was not very good. That was better. You've somehow, Keegan, got to find a 57, maybe to save the match. Oh wow, that's just petulant. Got no time for that talk. No. I think he'll regret that as well. 10 for double four. Dave Chisnell puts Keegan Brown out of his misery. In the end, Chizzy was far too good. He made a really slow start, but once he went through the gears and put his foot on the gas, it was the Chizzy of old. 3 huge finishes.
Ik vind het enorm lastig om te voorspellen wie als winnaar uit deze strijd komt.
Kijk eens.
Ja.
Ja, nu kun je wachten op dat het van kwaad tot erger wordt.
Hij liet zich echt even gaan.
They put him off. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I mean, he'd already thrown the dart before he said something to Adrian, but it looked like, if you look the way he reached on that, it looked like it affected his throw. And he actually said, what Adrian was saying, I could hear your darts clicking together. Which, to be honest, I've never known AD do that. He's not there's a few players that do it. But I think a lot of it, Richie should really have been in the match, and it was frustration, and, you know, they had their handbags and moved on, you know, and to be honest, it inspired Adrian in that last leg, and he played well the last couple of legs, but Richie wasn't having none of it. You know, a lot of it's probably frustration. I mean, to actually...
Brilliant darts from Mervyn.
177 apiece in this leg.
Tops for 160. Oh, my goodness.
Michael van Gerwen.
To say he is coming alive would be an understatement.
Michael Van 94.
94 for a break of throw. There it is. Back on level terms.
7 lucky Mardle to through first. Game on.
And back to back, 12 darters.
I think that was...
Is he on the way to another one? But 3 missed darts here. Now, is this the chance for Mervyn?
It is the chance. Can he take it? He needs a trouble with the second one. He gets it. He needs the ball. He gets the ball. And half a celebration.
He went to roar and
He thought about it.
I think that was more about making a...
For those at home, I'm sure you got so nervous that you've been patting the dog so much it's going bald. And Ted Hankey is getting a few people, I think. But I don't think actually Hankey's talking about the crowd there.
Thank you.
He was motioning to the referee about the angle his darts are going in. Maybe he thinks, oh, and he's shut them away. Hankey thinks there's a draft up on stage. And from somewhere he thinks that the draft is affecting his darts.
Yes, but David, I know you're saying all this, but why? Sed's got a great chance still of winning it.
40.
You know, I mean, he's giving it away now.
Well, so that is the most relaxed throw Christian Kist has thrown all match, and unlucky with a bounce out, Ted.
40.
But why let yourself go when you've been mentally in control for the best part of 10 sets?
It's his own worst enemy, I'll tell you that, Ted. It's a shame. I love the man to pieces. Let's have a look around with him. But there you go. 138.
I could be wrong, but just the way Ted motioned with his hand there indicated to me he thinks there's a draft out there, and that's put him off.
Here he comes in for the match. 21 scored. Well, this is on an odd one anyway, so 17.
98.
Double top is going to come back for double top without a shadow of a doubt. There's Ted. Not a care in the world, just throwing him at the board.
He's given up.
He has given up, David, because double top, when you think of it, Ted, if it had stuck to it, he still had a great chance of winning. Now it could be out for the count. Double top.
Shot. Christian Kist on his leg side debut.
For Lewis here to really take this first set, but Anderson needed to get away first time there. Frustration.
I think 80's his suggestion, 80 is crowding his space.
No score.
I think your suggestion, Adrian, was invading his space on the hockey. That's what that's about. Well, claims he was tuning Albie's heels. That's what this is about.
A little bit of aggravation creeping in here. Anderson quite clearly not happy. He had words very quickly with Adrian Lewis there as he turned round.
140.
Well, if you're in that black zone when you're the guy throwing, that's illegal. Well, that's an amazing effect. He's forgotten about the double. Hard to say who was in the right, who was in the wrong, but at this level, you really ought to concentrate on the game. They're both snatching. They are both
90 shots.
all shook up.
Well, just another interesting twist. And Gary Anderson is quite clearly full of frustration right now in this match. Lewis on course for the first set, but a bit of controversy along the way.
Let's make it clear, you mustn't go into the black box behind the thrower.
To be fair, Anderson was very quick in making that accusation. Now, for the set. 17 tops.
To end the belt in set, controversial set, he wants tops. Middle of the bed. And we're trying to explain the situation, which is still causing aggravation. He's saying that Adrian was in the black bit and crowded his space.
Anderson doesn't really want to know, does he? Let's be honest about it. Adie's trying out a word or two.
Well, again, this mannerism, this is Adie maybe making the most of an upset opponent. Let's see what happens. Adie should stay out of the black. He turns. From my rankings, the foot behind the black. Never touched the black.
Well, that's a perfect shot of it, isn't it? That is what the controversy is all about. And we are back with the second set of what is a controversial clash between Anderson and Lewis in a few moments.
So, Gerwyn Price nimmt dann doch noch an.
Ja, die Doppel-10, die liegt ihm heute sehr, sehr stark auf Doppel-10.
Oh. So, und Gerwyn Price jetzt voll dabei bei den großen Zahlen. Und er ist definitiv der lauteste im ganzen Saal.
Ich glaube, der sicherlich einige Spieler suchen den Kontakt zu Manager, Freund, Freundin, wem auch immer.
So, Gerwyn Price.
Jetzt hat er ihn rausgebracht irgendwie. Irgendjemand hat sich verrechnet.
Also Simon hat definitiv alle drei Darts Weggeschmissen.
Wieder die Doppel-10.
Und die Doppel-10 passt. 9:8. So, was ist los plötzlich mit Gerwyn Price? So, er legt sich wieder mit dem Publikum an, weil die ein bisschen geboot haben, weil die bei diesem Leg Whitlock machen hier mal einen Marker. Vielleicht ein entscheidendes Leg hier, dieses 18. Das hätte in beide Richtungen jetzt gehen können. Oh, und Whitlock mit Nummer 6 legt nach.
3 Imbusschlüssel in der Triple 20. Aber Gerwyn Price nimmt die Buhrufe
so
schon
provokant jetzt, Gerwyn Price. Das haben wir in der Premier League auch schon.
Aus dem Publikum würden nicht auf die Bühne steigen und ihm drohen. Das ist wie in Social Media. Die Kleinsten sitzen immer vorm Keyboard und hämmern die fiesesten Sprüche. Und wenn sie...
Ist das ein Drama hier?
Doppel 18.
Doppel 18. Nee. Das war der nächste Matchstart.
Ich glaube...
Insgesamt 5 vergebene Matchstarts, Simon Whitlock.
Der Sieg geht nach Pontypandy Mountain, glaube ich.
So, Gerwyn Price, 2 Matchstarts, Doppel 12, Doppel 12! Und Gerwyn Price gewinnt dieses dramatische Viertelfinale gegen Simon Whitlock mit 16:15, nachdem er nie in diesem Match geführt hatte.
Sehr, sehr stark.
Er hat sich mit dem Publikum angelegt, aber hat sie doch am Schluss wieder auf seine Seite gebracht, weil er gekämpft, gefeitet hat, weil er nicht aufgegeben hat. Und ein bisschen Glück natürlich auch hatte, weil Simon Whitlock tatsächlich 5 Matchstarts.
Another crack at this 36 then. Oh, and 2 misses and
28.
He's attacked them, but the thing is, if you really do attack them, you miss inside both times, you lose another dart at double, and you've got to class that as a disappointing error. Single 16 for tops. Brendan Dolan to break the throw.
Game shot.
Steady stuff from Brendan Dolan. 15 darter. Richie Burnett goes for a little walk. And he can't believe that he's done it again. We saw him against Danny Noppert, and he played really well. He averaged about a ton. Now, does he have to move slightly? I think he has.
20.
2 more misses and a smack of the thigh from Richie Burnett, because it's the problem that wasn't his main undoing yesterday. Smacking himself in the head now, Richie Burnett.
Game shot.
But he did miss a few little chances, 1 or 2 darts here or there against Danny Noppert, and he paid the price. But Danny Noppert was averaging well over 100 throughout that game. Brendan Dolan is only averaging 82, and he leads 3-1. And Richie Burnett is struggling to understand how the fates have conspired against him once more. I mean, it is like watching Richie Burnett of a fair few years ago. Look at him.
100.
Doesn't matter what angle you look at it from, Richie. It's still... Oh, unlucky Brendan Dolan. Decent effort.
$35.
3 more misses, and Richie Burnett remonstrates with himself. Little raise of the eyebrows is all you get from Brendan.
Game shot.
And a double 8 as well. Brendan Dolan is not doing the spectacular stuff in this match, but he is doing the more effective stuff. And Richie Burnett prowling around. And it is your throw, Richie. Well, I hesitate to say this.
60.
But Richie Burnett double top.
26.
And I don't know about anybody else watching, but I didn't have confidence that was going to find the mark, and I'm not sure increasingly that Richie Burnett does. And he's gone to think about punching that back wall. There is no wall there. I'm a bit worried if he'd done that, he'd have gone through the curtain.
Game shot.
Which would have been a new one even for Richie Burnett. But it is 5-2 to Brendan Dolan, who keeps finding ways to win. Sometimes this week he's been spectacular, but Richie Burnett's had enough. He wasn't great against Mervyn King on day one. He went out in round one. He was very good against Danny Noppert. 100. But Danny was spectacular, average 110. Mike DeDecker's just beaten Dave Chisnell 6-3. Is he going to go for it?
132.
No, he doesn't. He sets it up. And Brendan Dolan... Well, I mean, it's a very good leg, this, from Brendan Dolan, but quite frankly, he's been second best. Certainly in the scoring stakes for large parts of this game.
80.
And Richie Burnett will feel that he's beaten himself. And he's left shaking his head there, but in a moment, he'll be shaking Brendan's hand. Because he gets it done, the history maker, with a 13-darter, his best leg of the match. A little pat on the back, and Richie once again. He's lost that 6-2. He could have won it 8-0, man.